The brain is the most important organ in the human body. The brain is what gives us the ability to see, smell, feel, and even move. It's what makes us human. The human brain is at full learning capability at around 10 in the morning through 4 p.m. Yet we require most of our students to wake up at 8 in the morning, which is proven to be too early. Good morning, my name is Gustavo Munoz Vasquez, and I believe with the later starting time, students will be more prepared to learn in the morning. As a former student myself at a public school, I know how it feels to wake up at around this time. I used to have to wake up at 6 in the morning to get to my school on time, and let me tell you, it didn't feel good. I got to school, I felt tired, I felt groggy. Overall, I just needed more sleep, and I felt like this hindered my actual performance in school. While I'm up here, I'm going to go over the brain's performance at peak acquisition time, teenagers' natural tendency to stay up later, and the effects from a study conducted at the University of Minnesota. First, I would like to hop in the brain on sleep. According to Showalter M., he explains in his article titled Sleep and Student Achievement that a teenage brain does not wake up fully till around 9 or 10 in the morning. And even if the teenager's brain is awake at this time, if the teenager requires sleep, the brain actually uses some of its capability to recover for that extra sleep that you needed. According to Ian M. Coleraine, he states in his article titled Sleep and the Brain that when the brain is awake and at full learning capability, the brain is firing on all cylinders. The brain is working at full capacity, causing the student to be more productive and creative. Next, I would like to hop in the teenager's biological imposement to stay up later. According to Eliason A.H., he explains in his article titled Early to Bed, Early to Rise, Sleep Habits and Academic Performance in College Students that some of the internal influences that keep up a teenager later in the night is as people get older, they require more sleep. They just use more energy, but teenagers don't make up for that extra sleep that they need. And the teenager's subconscious sleep goal, keep in mind, this is something they do subconsciously. They don't do it on purpose. This is something that just naturally tend to do, is they only get enough sleep to function. They don't get enough sleep to better prepare the brain to be at full learning capability. Some of the external influences are, as a person reaches their teens, they get a lot more responsibilities such as work and more hefty academic requirements. And with all this new technology coming out nowadays, you can see why teenagers are staying up late. You got to keep in mind, it's not the teenager's fault. They almost tend to stay up later. Lastly, I would like to focus on the effects from the study conducted at the University of Minnesota. According to the National Sleep Foundation, they explained in their article titled School Time and Sleep that some of the disadvantages from their experiment were mostly related to schedule changes. People depended their kids to get to school on time, in order to keep their schedule running smoothly. And the other students that have extracurricular activities, they got cut into because they got out of school later. And like I said, most of the disadvantages that they recorded were due to schedule, and who can't adjust their schedule for the better preparation of a child or a student in this case. Some of the advantages, however, that they recorded were reduced likelihood of tardiness, better grades, overall better health, and the less likelihood of experiencing depressed moods. So in conclusion, from the brain's actual peak performance time to teenagers' natural tendency to wake up later, and finally the advantages and disadvantages of a simulation of what it would look like. With all this, I'd like to leave you with the thought: Imagine we live in a world to where we know scientifically, it's scientifically proven that we wake up too early. Imagine we live in a world to where we change off of that. We wake up at a time that better benefits the student's brain to be at max potential. Thank you.